Hello, I'm here with Grace from Tuvalu. I have to apologize, I've lost my voice, therefore I don't talk very loud. But I think this is an important event, and I'm very happy that youth is participating actively in COP29. We need their support, we need their advocacy, and their ideas. So I'm very happy also that Grace, coming from a very small island state, is making the case for decisive climate action. And I wanted to kick this off with you. How you see this COP, how we can better address the need for small island states and what it means for the use of these islands.
Thank you so much for the question, Axel. I think I'll start off first with COP29 is regarded as COP climate finance. And for the Pacific, there's one fund that is actually pending right now, and that's the Loss and Damage Fund. And I believe that we can start there. Countries have already, we're going to pledge this amount, we're going to do this, we're going to do this into the Loss and Damage Fund. But realistically, for the small island states, I would rather call them big ocean states. We have never seen those funds actively laid in the ground, in the communities. And so what I would want out of this COP is that more action on the commitments that they've already pledged. Because we are running out of time. And the more we discuss, the more existential impacts that we face back home. And the question of our land and our identities in Tuvalu is questionable.
Well, I think it is not only the Loss and Damage Fund. I think Tuvalu and other countries require more for funds. We are trying to mobilize more money through IDA.
Yep.
And there we have been actually scaling up tremendously the support. And more needs to be done. How do you see, when you are at home, what are your peers, young people, thinking about this climate challenge for Tuvalu? As Tuvalu is especially affected by climate change.
The youth of Tuvalu, are talking about what's Plan B. And so a lot of us are involved in community-led projects. We have coral planting. We're invested in coral planting, renewable energy, such as solar panels, water efficient energy sources, all those type of projects within our communities. And to be honest, to have those projects, we would need easy access to funds. The criteria to obtain these certain funds, to have those projects rolled out in our country, is very difficult. Very, very difficult. And so, is it all right if I flip the question to you now, Mr. Axel? I would love to get your opinion on how you mentioned IDA, and I just wanted your input on how does IDA fit into the climate change puzzle.
IDA has been decisive in scaling up financing for climate action. Over the last 4 years, the World Bank has doubled climate financing. And in IDA, we see the same trends. So we believe that in the new round we are negotiating in the order of 45 to 50% of all the resources are going to climate action. And the small island states are getting one of the largest allocations. Clearly, the costs are completely different in a small island case. So you cannot always compare that. And therefore there is a need for more financing for small island states. But there is a lot of commitment. What we would like to see is that more countries also join this. It cannot only be IDA. It has to be also Asian Development Bank, the Green Climate Fund, and bilaterals. So a lot more needs to be done.
Yes, I completely agree. Yep. So I think we also need genuine global partnerships and donors. People who have the best interest of the small island developing states, specifically Tuvalu as well.
Here you can count on the bank support. This will continue to be a key action we monitor in Tuvalu. Do you see many people leaving the country?
Yes, we see many people leaving the country, better opportunities in other countries, and also the impact how climate change has greatly impacted our lives back home. Because of increase in salinity in our underground freshwater, our staple food that is taro can't grow like how it used to grow. So the staple foods that we have back home, we can no longer grow them, and no longer do they have the same nutrients as our ancestors. So we tend to focus more on or rely more on imported foods. And that's why we have the highest NCDs in the Pacific, one of the countries in the Pacific. And so it's these little things that have greatly impacted not just their lives, but their health. And I think for the youth in Tuvalu, we are trying to find every way that we can, every opportunity that we get to tell people about what's happening back home. And you've mentioned that you visited most of the Pacific Island countries, and I'm glad that you did, because you're able to witness firsthand the impacts of climate change impacts back home. Yeah, so it's an everyday battle for us, and our everyday conversation is, will you move? And I'm just 25 years old, and we're having those conversations. I deserve a life where I can just focus on my family, my work, and the things that I love to do. But here I am, many miles away from home, adjusting to the cold climate, and just using every opportunity that I can get to talk about my home and my country and why it matters.
Well, this is very important to increase awareness and hopefully more action, including by COP29.
Yes, I hope so too.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Axel.
Thank you.